Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I be having a million things go through my head every day. And when it's time to make my videos and write stuff down, it's like my mind just go blank. That's why I'm about to start keeping just having my little notebook with me. That's why now I carry my this book bag around with me if I'm going to work or I'm going somewhere so I can write throughout the day, write down thoughts and stuff like that. Cause it be so much that I be wanting to talk about. And when I get ready to make my video, it's like it just go blank. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of just gonna wing this video because there's been so much going on in the past few days. You know what I'm saying? And it's just feeling that lostness. And like I said, I always come back here. I always come back here, you know, and the devil will really try to get in your head. And when you're in a moment of weakness, the devil will really try to get in your head and make you feel unsure, make you feel like you just, not doing anything. But keep the faith, push through, fight that feeling. Don't let the devil win. Tell the devil he can't have you. Tell the devil you see him, you know what he doing. He not going, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta say that. You gotta speak that. You definitely have to speak that because if you don't keep your mind focused, you will get lost. You might hear some noise in the background and stuff. Um, yeah, you will get lost. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that I feel like we can take for granted. Me and my mother, we found ourselves complaining the other day because we want more money, and it'd be something just as small as that, as like something that insults the Lord. You can really insult him. You can really be blessed and not even know it. And you just sit there and insult him because you're just like, oh, I'm tired of being broke. Oh, dang, I got to pay this. I got to pay that. I got to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's homeless people out there. It's somebody else out there that's doing worse than you. And you have a job. You work. You have both of your arms. You have both of your legs. You eat. You drink water. You're breathing. You woke up this morning. Okay, so what? Your check was like $700, and you had to spend 500 of those dollars, and then 50 more on groceries, and then you had to get your daughter or your son something to wear or a pair of shoes because they needed them, and now say you're down to your last $150. You're sitting there complaining. It could be worse, right? And me and my mother had went down memory lane where we were talking about when we were living in the world, like really, really just living in the world. And during those times, like years back when we were staying in Atlanta, we was wild, y'all. We was rapid, running the streets, drinking, clubbing, partying, just drinking and driving. And we always found a way to get money somehow. Like we always end up coming into some money. Like not nothing like that, but I'm saying like panhandling. This is so. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but it's real. I want to open up to y'all a little bit more and just really just put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Really just be real about it. Because, like I said, I really haven't truly shared my testimonies with y'all yet. And I want to merge my channel into becoming like a podcast as well, where I talk about certain topics and titles, um, and certain conversations and stuff like that. And it's all gonna have something to do with the Lord, and it's also going to be just life lessons. But of course, through my life lessons, the Lord was there with me the whole time. When you sit and you look back on your life and you just look how far you've come, the whole time, you realize after the fact that the Lord had his hands on you the whole time, even when you were in your sin. That's grace, that's love, that's mercy that he gives us. Even in our sin, he's still there. And even in my sin, he still made sure I ate, still made sure I got home safe. There's plenty of times I could have been dead. I, I don't even supposed to be here right now. I've been in so many car accidents, y'all, just driving drunk, just being irresponsible, being stupid. And I was always alone. I've never been a person that hung with crowds. I've never been a person that had a lot of friends, like you know what I'm saying? So like most of the times I was like partying by myself, out clubbing by myself, drinking by myself. It was really it was really dangerous. I'm sorry y'all about that noise. But it was really dangerous. And I just look back and I'm just like, wow, like I could have been dead and the Lord spared me and I would have died in a car accident, drunk driving and woke up in hell. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's real. And I don't think sometimes I feel like we don't realize how blessed we are. It's so easy to just, fall accustomed to the wants of the world and then the expectations of the world. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to have this because they got it. You're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And it gets lonely. It gets lonely being a chosen elect few, of the Lord's people. It gets so lonely and we have to go through so much. And we were never meant to be rich. We were never meant to just have tons of money. That's just, I realized that a while back. But, it's just a part of it because you got to think about it. When you get money and you really in money and you have money, you hit the lottery, are you really still gonna be thinking about the Lord? You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna be thinking about that money, what you can buy, what you finna do, where you gonna go. It's like money truly is the root to all evil. Yes, it's a great thing to have if you circulate it the right way and use it to help the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But you find out who a person really is when they get money. You know what I'm saying? That's when you find out a person's heart, a person's true intentions, a person's true colors when they get money. So it's just like, I start being happy that, I'm less fortunate. And really, are we really less fortunate because we don't have all the riches in the world? No, we're not. The rich try to make it seem like their life is so luxurious and so just no worries in the world, but they got 99 problems. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, be grateful, be grateful, humble yourself. Sometimes I be having to catch myself like, Father, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I should never said that. You know what I'm saying? And we get caught up. We get caught up in the moment. We get caught up in our human nature. And it is normal, you know what I'm saying? But just make sure you just taking more heed of what you say. Cause it's not what goes in, it's what comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because what comes out comes from the heart. What goes in goes to the belly and it comes back out. But what comes out of the body, of the soul, that comes from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful of what you speak because really it's so powerful. Like the tongue is so powerful. What you speak is is more powerful than you know. And another thing I want to talk about is faith. Having faith. I must admit, my faith. Sometimes my faith be slipping. Sometimes my faith be slipping, and I look at my mother and I'm like, this is a woman of faith. This is a woman of God. Even with her flaws, she is still just rooted in the Lord, and I'm so grateful for that because that's helping me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have that. If you have someone in your life that's rooted in the Lord, that's not perfect but trying, that's at least trying to have a relationship with God, keep that person around. You know what I'm saying? We're very scarce out here, you know. So when you meet somebody like you or that's on the same path as you know what I'm saying? Like don't try to push that person away. And my mother, she just has so much faith. Like literally, when she say something, she be like, she know that the Lord is gonna do it. Like, oh, I'm a have that one day. Oh, I'm gonna live here. It happens every time. I watched my mother get the things that she say she was gonna get because her faith was so strong. The Lord gave it to her. It's all about just believing. And when you speak it and you believe it, He really will give it to you. And that's just so amazing. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm battling with just strengthening my faith. And I can be real. I can be real. With just things that I'm just working on, and faith is definitely one of them. And I have faith, but sometimes I second guess it and I don't know why. And I feel like that be the devil trying to creep in and try to give you these, how to have you second guessing. You can't second guess. You can't second guess. You got to know. And the thing is, I know because he's been there for me and done things for me, and I know it was him. And sometimes it'd be hard to explain things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this conversation with this dude, and um he was cool or whatever, but we had different beliefs. And, you know, that's really something. If you're talking to somebody that don't have the same beliefs as you, it's hard trying to, speak your piece when there's this other person that don't believe nothing you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So, and it just made it more real that it's so many people believe in so many different things. And it's amazing what you hear people say, like these false idols and these gods and goddesses. And not to say gods and goddesses aren't real, because we are gods and goddesses, you know what I'm saying? But to a certain extent, when it comes to like Mother Nature being a goddess, like there being a god for the trees and the stars, and there being a god for the ocean and you know what I'm saying? No, it's only one. It's only one true God, the God, the creator of all, of everything. And it's like so many people are giving away to a reprobated mindset that they just can't stand to hear that. And today, my mother made a big step, and she outwardly, where she was in a public place and she outwardly just told people to repent. Like, I admire that so much. And I want to be bold enough and have the strength enough to openly tell somebody that I don't know in public, hey, do you believe in Jesus Christ? He's coming back in our last days. I just want you to repent, my brother. Repent, my sister. If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, let him into your heart today. Just, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I want to get. Because in these last days, believe it or not, we are supposed to spread that word, because they're getting rid of the Bibles. They're getting rid of just anything godly. They're getting rid of it. This AI is about to start taking over, and you're not going to have access to nothing godly. It's slowly but surely happening right in front of our face. So it's our job as messengers to spread the word. And I've been slacking. Y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know I'm bold. I know I'm a people's person. I work in a customer service job, and the other day I had such positive energy. I was just in a good mood, and I was just talking to people and smiling, and making people laugh and making people day, and it felt good. And we're supposed to interact with one another. And yeah, we have bad days sometimes, and sometimes you just may not feel like talking, and that's okay. But after all that interaction and positive energy, I realized that, wow, energy really affects those around you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you come in contact with a racist person or a prejudiced person, still keep that energy good and smile at them. Be like, well, I hope you have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Never try to match. And I'm talking to myself too. Everything is learning, baby steps, learning lessons. Yes, these kind of things don't happen overnight, especially if you're already programmed to react a certain type of way. You got to break the program. They tried to program us to be a certain way, and in that certain way to try to program to be is not godly, not leaning towards a godly standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So we got to beat the odds. We got to go against the grain. We got to go against the system, and you got to be strong-willed, and you got to have faith. You got to be strong-willed, and you got to have faith. You know what I'm saying? Love thy neighbor, and, live with intention. I don't know how long this video is, but I think I'm going to stop it right there. I hope you guys took something from this video. Hope you learned something from this video. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video and love y'all. Peace and blessings.